What's going on, everybody? Dr. Magic Gamer Guy is back yet again into the second episode of our Road to Ranked series. So we're starting off, we got 3 games today, and I have to ask the community out there, everybody watching, this question. Do you ever have that night in Rocket League? Maybe you're booting it up, maybe you've been playing a little bit, maybe you got into some training, and things just don't seem to be going your way. Well, unfortunately, this might be a little bit of a rhetorical question, but unfortunately, that is the game that I had, the games in the night of Rocket League I had tonight, or when I was recording this. This just kind of, right there, starts to epitomize the night, and that's not my teammates' fault at all. Yeah, it was just one of those nights. So, the games that we've got a decent game in the middle. The other games that we've got are not great, and the last one really kind of epitomizes just the night that it was for ranked Rocket League for me. And this is one of those things, like I said from the outset, and what I want to do with this series is, as much as I can, I want to stay true to showing you really the road. I'm not going to post every single game. I'm going to do my best to post every one that I can, though, especially, and that even includes the losses. And we get a batch of them tonight. If we really start to tank down on the ranking, I might play some games behind it. And probably the only other time that I'm not a fan, really don't like to do this. I won't post any games that just have like an inordinate amount of toxicity. You guys know, if you've played Rocket League, even for a couple of days, you know how bad the toxicity in the community can be, how bad my off-the-wall touches are, and those games I'm just not going to put in there, especially if they have any kind of toxic language in them, or harsh language, or foul language. I'm not going to reward the people that we're playing against, and I'm not going to subject you guys to extra toxicity, because nobody needs that in their life, especially me. So I'm going to say this. So this was one of those nights for me. I'll kind of tell you how I started my night, and then you guys can watch and see really how it was going. Started the night out. I had some time. I recorded this a couple of days ago from posting this, and I was actually feeling pretty good. Lately, been playing some some casual 2s and 3s with Sloth and some friends. Been feeling really good. Been feeling like my decision making was on, pretty much on point. I just felt very consistent. Been feeling a lot more consistent with the touches that I was making. My speed, my control of the ball. So I said, why not? Let's jump into this. I want to, keep this series consistent. Really try to at least post this once a week, just for something kind of different. Mix it up just a little bit, and obviously get content up on the channel is important, and be able to relax and hang out with you guys. And so I jump in and I figured, what the heck? Let's go ahead. I've been feeling pretty good. We'll record a couple games, see how it goes. So before I jump into this game, I did kind of my preferred, I guess we'll call it kind of a warm-up training pack. I've got a couple. I'll cover those in a future video. On one of these, I'll just kind of talk through, or maybe at the intro, just show you guys a couple of different ones. Maybe do like 2 games in the training packs a little bit. But I've got, again, a couple of skills that I know that I personally need to work on, and I appreciate all the comments from the last video, especially from people that are higher ranked, giving me some good tips. Which I definitely continue to do, and just understand that I post this for fun, and I do take this seriously. I want to get better, but at the same time, it is just a game, and I want to be able to enjoy it. So keep that in mind with your comments. We didn't have any bad ones in the past, but it's pretty easy to make advice sound kind of toxic if you're not careful. I won't take it that way, but just understand that. So, but going into it, I did, like I said, I did a couple of training packs. I've got one that I really like, just for shot consistency. So it varies you up, gives you a bunch of different shots, and kind of like a striker training pack. And it's pretty good. Gets you in the air a little bit. Gets you definitely warmed up on some of the skills, using your air roll buttons and certain things like that. So I just feel like it's a good one to start with. The other one that I do is there's some consistency with shots and hits off the wall, which is just a huge portion of my game, as you guys can see right there, that I really need to work on. And I have 2 issues with that. One, I just have a hard time reading the ball off the wall, whether it be the way the camera's tracked in in what I want to call it, ball cam. I couldn't think of my words here. Whether the way the ball is tracked in ball cam, as well as I don't have the muscle memory built for my positioning and what I need to do in order to come off the wall in a good position with my car. So that's something I want to continue to work on. That's a training pack I do pretty much every day because it's helping me. It's going to be slow because it's just, yeah, I guess it's just odd. It feels odd to me. My brain has a hard time computing it, which isn't the case for everybody. So I did that. I did my striker pack, and then I just went into free play. And this took about 30 or so minutes. I just went into free play and just worked on some ball control and just some other consistency. Working my half flips and things like that, just to make sure I was fully warmed up. So I like to do that. I then jumped into a couple casual games, some twos. I actually think I queued up a threes match and ended up playing it because I made a mistake. Made a decent little shot here. I was pretty happy with, especially with 8 seconds to go. They made a great save, and played that. And then I played like 1 or 2 casual matches of twos, and felt like I was ready to go. As soon as I queued this game up and hit the record button, I don't know, I got nervous, jittery. This is something that's happened in the past, especially when we were getting the channel, we're really fresh started. We would do a lot of discussions and talk-throughs with me and Sloth where we would just play games. And while I don't record my voice for this live, which actually I think helps, these would be even more terrible if I did that. Excuse me. I just playing the games and then talking at the same time, or even just the fact that knowing that I'm going to turn this into an episode, it gave me, I guess, a little bit of a jittery feeling. I just didn't feel very confident in this game, and my confidence built up a little bit as we were going. I was making some contact with the ball, but you're going to see here in the next like 20 or 30 seconds, the overtime, stress of it, just all these things kind of boiled into one. The double commit that I should not have made right there really didn't play in my favor, and then I bumped my teammate. Now, granted, I kind of a mistake on both our ends. I should have been able to dodge him a little bit better. He made kind of a quick half rotation, and then this just epitomizes how the night is going to go for me in Rocket League. And you have to make a very careful consideration, I've realized, when you get to these nights, is after this game, I probably should have stopped. Put the controller down, either gone and warmed up some more, did some other training packs, or played some more twos games. Heck, even played a couple of competitive twos games and not recorded them. Like I said, I want to keep this series as pure as I can, but I'm going to have to play some competitive ranked games that I don't record. I should have done that. I did not. I wanted to obviously get this episode out and get some content for you guys. The whiffs just kind of continue. Again, wall consistency here. We get really lucky. I made a terrible play on the goal, but luckily we weren't punished for that. So this game actually helps out a little bit, especially this shot right here. Nothing fancy about it. I just got up pretty quick. I got up before the defender, made a decent read on the ball, started building my confidence back a little bit. So this game doesn't go terribly for me. We'll kind of talk through as we go, but I'm telling you guys, I know, especially if you're in my position, if you're in ranked and you're at a decent rank, or there's a rank you're trying to grind for, it can be very easy to go on tilt. It's another reason. Again, I should have absolutely just banged that into the net. It's another reason that sometimes I've heavily considered this, and I don't, because I mean, you can do team chat only, which is probably a setting that I should do. It can be easy to get kind of tilted in this game. At least it can for me. Like I said, I take this seriously because I want to get better. Winning and losing is obviously, why we play. Well, I'm a competitive person at heart, but I can take losing a close match. I can take playing well and still not coming out on top, as long as I feel like I played decently and I can look back and learn from the games that I'm playing, which is the other really fun part for me with this series, because I can see that. Now, at the same token, though, it's very easy if you get in that competitive mindset and you are trying to rank up and move towards a rank, it can be very easy to let the losses and let the errors build. And if you have one of those nights in Rocket League, like I said, you really have a decision point. The decision point for most, I won't say for everybody because a lot of people can't shake it off. Again, you can jump into training or some casual matches just to kind of build that consistency up, make sure you're really warmed up and ready to go for the games. But for most people, you should probably just maybe think about putting the controller down, honestly switching games, completely get your mindset off of Rocket League, and then come back to it. That's what I should have did here tonight. We did not, and this is the episode. Like I said, I didn't think I'd be recording this specific episode so soon. I was hoping I'd get a couple in where we had some good consistency with the games, but that is not the case. So anyways, so yeah, should have stopped, didn't, but we're where we are. So like I said, this game felt a little bit better. I really do appreciate the comments, and hopefully you guys can see the struggles out there, especially depending on what rank you are. Again, I think as of this game we were Plat 2, maybe Division 2 or 3 to start the night. So we're obviously trying to kind of climb up through Plat. I would like to get into the low diamond, but again, I think if anything it's going to do for me, it's going to be I need to continue work consistency. If I can stay consistent with my touches and make decent plays. That was a decent little, again, a terrible touch off the wall, but I recovered from that. So I was pretty happy with that little touch there. Continue to try to force the ball, and then obviously here make a decent little play. He makes a great save. Not sure if that was on purpose or not. Definitely some decent positioning though off the wall for my teammate's shot. So obviously if I can get and stay consistent, and then I feel like my decision making is close to being good enough to be able to at least get me in the low diamonds. That's kind of my goal for this series, is get some consistency and at least be able to stay in the low diamond. At this point though, we've got to do some climbing, and again, I've got to continue to work on some of my mechanical skills and some of my areas where I just know I have some deficiencies in. So that play right there, I think my teammate in this game actually played pretty well. We do, as with anything, this series is going to be harder than it might be. I really recommend if you've got somebody, a friend, a buddy that's close to your rank, and you guys can play and commit to playing consistently in ranked. I really recommend that, because the ability to communicate, the ability to talk, is the reason that me and Sloth can have a good time and a good night playing. Obviously, it's always fun to play with somebody that's better than you, which he definitely 100% is. But at the same time, ability to kind of talk, communicate, and then just understanding each other's positioning. It really goes to show. You look at really anybody that plays this game, but especially the pros. They get a really good understanding of where their teammates are going to be. So right there, I didn't switch off of ball cam, so I don't know where my teammate was. I have to kind of trust that my teammate's going to be there for that pass. That was a pretty decent pass. Now he might have been a grab and boost or something along those lines, which is totally fine. I don't blame him at all for not being there for that pass. But something, having some consistency in playing with one person, or maybe a couple people. If you rotate out, you've got a couple buddies that play. Just understanding where they're going to be positionally, how aggressive they are to the ball, really helps in this scenario. And that's not an advantage we get afforded. And that's actually, part of the challenge with this, doing this series, is the fact that, I don't have a twos partner that's a similar skill rank that I can be able to grind these games with. And for a lot of us, that's probably the case, which is kind of why I want to do at least this series this way. In the future, we'll maybe look at switching it up and seeing how it goes. But for now, like I said, I feel like there's a good portion of the community that plays that doesn't have somebody that they can play with consistently. So this series right here, I was actually beyond the misses. I was pretty happy with. Obviously happy with the shot. That was a solid overtime goal. I definitely feel like I redeemed myself a little bit with this from the previous game. So I was happy with this. After this game, I was feeling pretty good. And unfortunately, after this game, something really weird happens. So We got the standard rank showing at the end of last game. I don't know if I showed it or not. After the end of this game, we get a player's choice crate, which is awesome. We get this weird like demotion, unranked Division 1. I don't know what happened because again we stayed the rank we were, or I stayed the rank I was, which was Plat 2 Div 3 after the end of the last game, and it still shows us ranked. We jump into another one after this game though. The next couple of games really did not go well. It kind of continued the inconsistency of before this. I think we played maybe one or two more. We had some extremely toxic team in the next game. On top of me not playing very well, my teammate wasn't very happy with me either, just because I was playing so terribly. This game right here really epitomizes just the night that it was in Rocket League. And like I said, that's kind of my learning point from this one is I got to know when to call it quits. And right off the start here is just another, again, really just epitomizes the night of Rocket League. Now, he makes kind of a tough challenge. My teammate doesn't quite get to the ball first. But again, the fact that he is challenging the ball and then is mid-flip and that guy hits that and then it goes off his back end perfectly to then jump and to score really just showed how this game was going to go. Now, that was a pretty poor side 50-50. That's one thing that I kind of pride myself on really trying not to do. Side 50-50s usually don't end up very well, to be honest with you. They will lead to quite a few pinches, which typically go the wrong direction. So just kind of keep that in mind. That's not always the case. Obviously, sometimes you have to challenge from the side, especially if they're coming down the field, or maybe you maybe overcommit a little bit. So every situation is not perfect, but just it's an inordinate amount that I've at least seen in my time playing this game, where side 50-50s just don't usually go very well. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say in this game besides I really wish I would have stopped playing probably 2 games ago. Make a terrible shot right there. For that shot, obviously got a touch on the ball, which is good. But what I need I need to get quicker to that ball and be able to make that shot in the air, just below the crossbar or just above. If I was really good, I could make them just above. I'm not, so if I can, make them just below the crossbar and really force that defender to essentially double jump in order to make the save. Now again, we get lucky here. I had a decent little bump to save that play. Don't have a lot of boost. I should be pushing this ball a lot faster than I am, but still get a decent little shot. Again, I felt mechanically, a little bit better in this game than I had in the previous couple of games. Like I said, the second game you guys saw, I felt pretty good. So consistency-wise, I wasn't feeling as bad. This game, just everything that probably could have gone wrong, definitely did, and I 100% own my part of that. So I don't know. It's just I have enjoyed this series. I'll say that. It's been fun. I look forward to obviously continuing to do this and play more, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. Like I said, I take this seriously. I want to have fun and also be competitive in this, and hopefully you guys can kind of join me in that. The one last thing I would say as we kind of start to spiral down in this game a little bit is don't take this too seriously. You see a lot of the pros out there. There are people that play this game professionally. There are people that are extremely good at this. If you're in the high diamonds, the champ rank, you are a very high percentage up in the ranking for this game. Ironically enough, I took a look and kind of looked at the rank distribution across the performers in this game. And what's interesting is that the plats, really the platinum ranks, and then especially as you get into diamond, low diamond, high diamond, you are at those ranks, you're actually above the median for this game. Now again, here's another instance of like the worst possible thing happening. and why I posted this game was because I actually felt like this was a pretty decent little shot. I felt like I had a really good follow. Now, obviously, my teammate, since we can't talk to each other, doesn't know that I'm going to follow that. And I hadn't really been playing super fast this game. I just felt really confident in that. Actually felt like I got a pretty good touch on it. That guy made a great defensive play. But then for that, obviously, to pinch not only off the opposing team and then off of the post and roll back into our net just goes to show you that, again, that was this night in Rocket League. So, but back to what I was saying. Again, it is interesting to see just where the rank distribution is in this game. And I'll tell you again, if you're working towards the rank and you're playing, especially again, if you get into those the platinum, the diamond, while there's still going to be people above you that are better at this game, I'll argue for probably everybody watching this or that will watch this episode, at some point, either now or in the future, somebody will be better at this game than you. And there will actually probably be a couple of people that are better at this game than you. And I wish I was better at this game than I was right there, because I should have been able to score that. But great bumps by the opposing team. A lot of credit to the opposing team in this game. They definitely capitalized on the mistakes. But yeah, like I said, look at the rank distribution. Don't get disheartened if you're not getting to the rank that you want. That was something that I struggled with, and I can kind of continue to struggle with this in this game, is that I want to, again, I want to be able to play at closer to a top tier level. I want to be able to, be competitive with the majority of the people in the game. I don't feel like I'm quite there yet, and that's okay. Like I said, I'm happy with the rank that I've gotten to. I'm happy with the ability to kind of continue to climb those ranks and work on it. And again, here we go. We're not even going to score this, and I die at the end, which again, I can't say enough. Just really epitomizes tonight in Rocket League. So I know I blabbled a lot. I said the same thing probably 10 times. But there's a lesson to be learned here. Hopefully you see it. We did end up going down to Plat 2 Division 1, unfortunately. So we'll have to at least try to maintain our Plat 2 status here in Ranked. We'll see how we end up doing. I feel confident that we'll be able to do that. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. Like I said, hopefully you guys are gaining something from this. And I didn't talk about as much specifically my play in this game. We'll do that in the future episodes, and hopefully I can have some content for you that's actually wins. But we'll see where we go from here. Again, just really appreciate the support. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series, and hopefully you guys are just enjoying the channel. If you're new, please do make sure to subscribe. We've got a lot of other content up on the channel, so look forward to chatting with everybody in the comments. And as always, Dr. from Average Gamer, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.